Hi guys, it's Mar from the Dragon Empire, coming here with his second place locals deck profile, the Narukami Gauntlet Buster build.
So you want to just introduce the deck to it for us?
Yeah, okay, this is my Gauntlet Buster deck that I use for the locals for second place. This is my starting Vanguard Lynchu that I've been using because it's quite a useful engine, to be honest, because if you kind of hit really early game, you can retire grade 1, especially if it runs a clan which will retire really early game. But it's quite useful because if I don't use a Cannon Blast, I can probably use it with some of my other rear guards. Okay, let's start off with... Okay.
Do you want to go for the trigger lineup first?
Okay, let's start with the triggers. So I've decided to use...
Okay. So 8 Eradicator crits, fair enough.
Seven.
Seven
Oh,
rad-
7.
7 crits.
Okay.
7 Eradicator.
Because I've decided to use extra draw trigger because, as you can see later, you can understand why I might have used it, but I'll explain a bit more of that later.
Okay, fair enough.
And as usual, 4 heals because that's the only allowed 4 heals.
Yep, that's standard. He's diverted away from the 8-4-4 thing.
Oh yeah, that's pretty standard. It's good when you actually think about your trigger lineup as well, instead of just going for something standard. But sometimes that works, it depends on the deck you play.
Depends on the deck you're playing.
Okay, now let's start off with the no guards. So I've got 2 Eradicator no guards and 2 normal no guards.
One from set 6 and one from set 9, I see.
Yeah, so later on,
He's got no guards from all 3 sets of the
all
kit.
different sets. I try to keep a range variety on no guards.
I don't think it matters so much having the Eradicators either way, because...
You're not
Yeah,
using...
I mean at the moment, not at the moment, but later on in game, that getting them would be more
I
useful.
mean, the only use would be Counterblast, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But they're the only 2 cards in the deck that aren't Eradicators, aren't they?
No, Death Side.
That's oh right,
Okay,
that's
you can see later what, okay, them using the grade 1s Eradicator Shukis, because it's quite useful, because as I'm running Gauntlet Buster for a retired unit, they do gain 3k power, so they're really useful boosters or attackers.
that's a 10k rear guard booster as well.
10k rear guard if you retire.
That's nice though.
And then just has a tech engine added into Eradicator casters, just so if you've got, just say you're missing a grade 3 or you might be missing grade 2.
It's a great early game filter, yeah.
Yeah, good, great filter, really early game filter. And
What's the condition for it? 2 or less rear guards
just
on
say
your
your opponent is 2 or less rear guard, like I said, if I turn 1 they might not have a full field
yeah,
or
it's
less
an
rear
early
guard.
game
A really early game, if you get it, it's good.
Yeah.
Tech. I'm using Demolition Dragon, because like I said, if you get it really early, you can just swing in for a 10k.
Oh, 10k's are brilliant in this format.
And these are for 10k boosters. If your opponents on 10k boosters, if
I mean, the
opponents
fact that
on...
they're conditioned must make them great as well.
Yeah,
They have
because
got
it's
condition.
really
Well, it's
simple.
free, but it's
pretty much
basically
always
gonna go.
met.
Yeah,
It's always
because
gonna go.
with this now, everybody wants to go to limit break 4. You can get them easily onto 3 damage and you can just swing it for quite a bit. Okay, that's the grade 1 lineup.
Okay.
Okay, for the grade 2s, using for Chohos, as I'm using Gauntlet Buster, I'm really retiring quite a bit of field, especially for my limit break 4, and hoping to actually hit for a quick game.
You put something from the field in the soul, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't mind.
Yeah, so
Does it have to be an Eradicator that goes
it
in the
has to be Eradicated going soul, but at the end of the day, you can also, if you use a grade 1 filter, you can just use it for the turn and put into soul. It may be a 7k, but at the end of the day, you're retiring a card, which you don't need to
Did you get
attack.
those guys while they were still cheap? Because they're really expensive now, I think.
Yeah, because at the time when I got them, I've gone for, 2 of them I got pulled out from packs, and another 2 I just got for £4 each.
Well, especially since they're about £10 each now.
No,
And I just used 2 10k vanillas, just in case I just use it on the Vanguard. So hoping that the attack goes through if there's only for 1 to pass.
It's a good ride though.
Yes, and then using Zutons, because I'm counter blasting really heavily in the really heavily in the deck. I need to Zutons got unflip damage and soul charge.
Don't
So
understand the soul charge bit, but...
yeah,
I'm sure there'll be decks that can use that later.
with the soul charge can be
Honestly,
easier.
the only thing that could use it now is Sweet Command. That'll be about it.
Yeah, I mean, because at the end of the day, you can also tech in other grade 3s that you like to. But I just use it for a deck thinner, so you might get rid of some of your grade 1s, so you get it easier to get to triggers. Then I'm using 2 death sights. So like I said, I am counter blasting heavily, so if you counter blast with death sight, retire, then you can use Zeuton to attack and hopefully one flip the damage. So it may only for the turn only cost you 1.
And it's not an Eradicator
And it's not an Eradicator either. So with my trigger lineup, I could still mess about with the triggers still a bit. I'm using 12k swingers because you never know, it can be of some use as well, especially if you've got the grade 1 Shuku that gives you 10k, so at least you're hitting over 20.
Okay.
Okay, that's the grade 2s. And for the grade 3 lineup,
Main avatar of the deck.
I'm using 3 Void Sword break rides at the moment, but I'm gonna
switch out
I'm gonna switch that out
Ignition Dragon when it comes
for
out.
Ignition Dragon, because with working with a deck it's a lot more superior than a Void Sword, and then the main asset in the deck is Gauntlet Buster Dragon with the ability with act just to retire your opponent retires one of his units, which becomes really pressure because they don't know what to retire. So for them it could really be really bad for them, but in a sense could help them out because
There are those bad
At the
matchups
same
though.
time, people should know that the retire ability isn't limit break. So if you use it early enough, if they've only got 1 unit on the field, you can snipe it quite
Oh, that's
easily.
nice.
yeah, it's quite easy.
The
And
limit
plus-
break is +3 and 1 quick.
Yeah,
Like
with
if I
the-
keep their Mechatrine
Yeah,
around.
so with the
Yeah.
critical +3, so especially if just with the break ride it alone, it just gets 3k critical. Just all you're doing is riding it on top, no extra effects, no
And an extra
counter
10k
blasts,
though.
and an extra 10k as well. Especially if you've got can I just
Yeah, of course.
yeah, especially if you've got Chiller's abilities, and you can just put
A draw trigger.
a draw trigger and go into soul. And with that, it gets stacks on the critical,
Extra reason to run draws as well.
and then on top of that, you've got Death Side's abilities, so keep stacking them on.
And you've also got this guy.
and plus if you got these behind,
Even if you're running that as like a booster for the main Vanguard, it becomes 10k
If you get
instantly.
boosted for anything, it becomes 10k instantly.
Yeah.
If it's in the front row, it's 10k.
so I mean back row front also, if you look on the stacks, if you use the abilities twice, that's 2 critical, with that is 3, 4, 5 critical in total.
That's quite
plus
scary.
the plus with the boost on there, if you have them on the field early enough in the game, then I mean your rear guards could be pushing for close to over 30 with the Vanguard, with the break ride pushing for over 40,000.
That is very nice.
Yeah.
That's quite scary now I think about
It came
it.
second,
Just, Spectral Duke's still relevant though, sadly. Somehow.
somehow. Managed to keep up.
It's
So
not
yeah,
bad
that's
after all,
the
doesn't make sense.
deck profile for Gauntlet Buster.
Okay,
So
guys.
just let me know what you think.
That was the
Sounds
second
great.
place deck profile for Gauntlet Buster. Make sure you like the video if you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.